Hello, my dear lovely babes. Today I'm back at it with the anime girl, and we're gonna be looking at this article that I found. I think it's pretty interesting, or at least it looks interesting. I don't know, I haven't even read it yet. So it's kind of like a blind reaction, if you will. I don't know what I'm getting into, you don't know what you're getting into. Let's just start. Let's just do it. The Many Faces of Malware, a tour of real world examples. Most people never come face to face with malware, but having tested security software at PC Mag for decades, I'm not most people. Let's take a deep dive into the dark web to see what malware actually looks like. Okay. Chances are good you've never seen malware up close and personal. Even if you threw caution to the winds and visited a dangerous site or clicked a treacherous link, your antivirus software probably wiped out any offending program before the latter could say boo. So, you might wonder, what does malware look like? How would I even recognize a malware program if I saw it? To be fair, a lot of malicious programs don't look like anything at all. A virus, for example, tries its best to hide from view while infecting other files and computers. A bot sits quietly on your computer until it gets orders from the command and control center to spew some spam or participate in a DDoS attack on a major website. Trojans, by contrast, appear to be useful, legitimate programs putting up a pretty facade to hide background activities like stealing your personal data. Yeah. And when ransomware hollers for your attention, it's bad news. Yeah, ransomware is not a good time. Yeah. In the process of gathering and analyzing new samples for my hands-on malware protection tests, I've seen all of these variations. I start with literally thousands of malware hosting URLs, download their nasty payloads, and put them through their paces. In the course of testing, I play the fool, launching unknown files, clicking through to let them install, and giving them any permissions they request. Below are some of the oddities I've encountered in my latest quest for the best test samples. Okay, exciting. One more thing. Some of the items pictured below don't look like what you'd expect from malware. However, they've all been confirmed by the VirusTotal website. For each example, I submitted the file's unique fingerprint to the VirusTotal database. In return, it listed which of 70 different antivirus engines had identified that file as malware. All of the programs seen here got flagged by at least 40 of those antivirus engines. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna click this for later because I want to know about VirusTotal. Oh. This is just straight up VirusTotal. Interesting. Analyze suspicious files and URLs to detect types of malware, automatically share them with the security community. Interesting. Alright, back to this. The horror of ransomware. If a ransomware attack hits your computer, you won't know it at first. The ransomware stays out of sight, quietly encrypting your important files. Once the dirty work is done, the malware totally demands your attention with its ransom note. The perpetrators promise that if you pay the specified ransom, usually in Bitcoin or some other cryptocurrency, you'll get your files back. But if they take your money and run, you don't have any recourse. You really don't want a direct encounter with ransomware. Yes. Oh god, I'm not even moving. What the fuck? Anime girl is glitching out. Alright. Taking a drink, excuse me. Anyway, let's get back to it. Yeah. Okay, Maze ransomware. Dear VM's foe, your files have been encrypted by RSA 2048 and cha-cha algorithms. Cha-cha algorithms. The only way to restore them is to buy a decryptor. These algorithms are one of the strongest. You can read about them in Wikipedia. If you understand the importance of the situation, blah, 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 standard ransom note. The ransomware called Maze wants to be very sure that you see its ransom note. So it takes over the entire desktop to get your attention. This one offers to decrypt a single file for free to prove it's possible, and to encourage you to pay up. Alright. That, I can probably read that, but it's gonna take a while. And it will be pronounced incorrectly. Screen locker malware doesn't encrypt your files. It just covers up the desktop in all programs, so you can't use your computer. Often, such attacks claim to be from some division of law enforcement demanding that you pay a fine in untraceable currency. In some cases, you can call such ransomware's bluff with simple recovery techniques. This sample is tougher and plug ugly. I don't know what that means. Even when I use the handy Yandex Translate on the image, I didn't find a clear demand for ransom. But escape from its clutches isn't easy. That's an anime girl. You're going to suffer while having your computer access locked away. Maybe it's better when done beautifully. This screen locker, while just as uninformative as the ugly one, at least gives you flowers and a pretty anime girl. You know, sometimes that's all we can do in the world. Make yourself some malware, just pop a anime girl in there. I defeated this one easily, which the perpetrators may have expected. I mean, the file name is fornowlock.exe, not foreverlock.exe. Foreign installers aren't for you. Malware doesn't respect national boundaries. Where there are people, whatever language they speak, you find malware trying for a foothold. If you happen to get hit with a Trojan meant for China or Turkey or Korea, you'll most certainly reject the installer, just as folks in China or Turkey may reject a full-on English language install program. Alright, yeah. This doesn't even look like language. I don't know what language that is. I don't know what this is. I know what that is. That's probably Korean, but I don't know what this is. Oh, yeah. Anyway, let's get back to reading. This colorful montage pulls together one of the many foreign language installers I encountered in my latest hunting trip. There's nothing special about this group except for the fact that they fit together nicely. I love the tone of this article. I love everything about it. Very cool. If I was a malware tester, this is how I would write. Acting like a proper fool, I clicked through each installer all the way to the end. You're smarter than that. As the tech wizard Mudahar always says, the best antivirus is you. Malware bundled with your order? Sometimes the problem with an installation isn't the program itself, but the software that's bundled with it. You may find completely legitimate software, even antivirus programs, bundled with adware, spyware, or other unwanted trash. In a case like that, the security vendor isn't to blame. A third party created the deceptive bundle. AppEsteem is a young company with a mission to expose these deceptors. It's another link I'm going to open. Is a young company with a mission to expose these deceptors and to warn legitimate companies when they stray too far toward the dark side of bundling. Deal apply. Okay, interesting. Coupon app. Alright. The installer shown here offers a free player for FLV video files. Along with the player, you're privileged to receive a shady adware program masquerading as a coupon browser. There's a checkbox that says you agree to its terms. Uncheck the box and you can't proceed. No video player for you. The best thing that can happen with this kind of bundling is that you're forced to install a program you didn't want. Mostly it's worse than that because the bundled bonus is adware. Malware. No, malware, yeah. Okay, this is gonna be loud. Okay, that wasn't as loud as I thought it was. Good thing. install pack. This kind of looks like a recipe for disaster, if I'm being honest. Now here's something handy, a multi-utility install program. If you read Russian, you know it's the fastest and most convenient way to install programs. Just check the boxes for the ones you want and turn the installer loose. The list includes browsers, messenger apps, video players, even antivirus utilities. But when you install them, you also get a dose of malware. Damn. Trojan horses open your gates to malware. The historical Trojan horse was a literal wooden horse, a gift from the Greek army that had been besieging Troy. When the Greeks seemingly gave up and left, the Trojans brought the horse inside the city walls as a victory trophy. Unlike Monty Python's King Arthur, the Greek troops remembered to hide inside the horse. When nightfall came, they slipped out and opened the city gates, letting in the rest of the Greek army. Modern Trojan horses are made of bits and bytes, not wood, and they can breach your PC's gates to release malware, not soldiers. But there's still big trouble. I have no idea why my voice decided to conk out while reading that. Alright, time for another break. Right, so unfortunately wow, okay. Yeah, I'm lagging badly. I'm just gonna close these. Shit. Yeah, my laptop does not like this, apparently. Alright, let's hope that we can continue. Hopefully that solves the problem. Okay. Driver Agent Plus. I have no idea what this is. Here we have a sharp-looking utility designed apparently to ensure that your PC doesn't limp along with old, outdated drivers. However, if you try to update any drivers or back up your existing drivers, you must pay. This is a model used both by some legitimate programs and by rogue antivirus scare utilities. Lucky you, though, there's a promotional price that ends today. I couldn't determine exactly what chicanery this Trojan perpetrated in the background, but its overt activities are just a wee bit suspicious. Where's my damn ad block? Okay, give me a second, I'll be right back. Right, so apparently my computer wasn't plugged in, and then it went into power saving mode, so I think that was the problem. Anyway, let's continue. I apologize for all the interjections. Okay, so weird drivers. Anyway, want to get into smartphone repair? This set of tools and manuals looks like it might be a big help. Alas, you can't just see just what you're getting until you pay for your registration. While you're pursuing schematics, it collects personal information behind the scenes and takes orders for further unwanted activity from a remote command and control server. That is so much stuff that I don't know. Yeah, you're right, I don't know this. But the exe files, you probably don't know this, but the exe files that represent programs on your Windows computer are also called PE files, also short for portable executable. Okay, good to know. Every PE file starts with an extensive header that contains a ton of information telling Windows about the file. Malware researchers learn a lot by digging into that header. I was tempted to keep this PE analysis tool for my own use, but the fact that more than 40 wow, okay, it's a lot of words. But the fact that more than 40 antivirus tools flagged it as a Trojan dissuaded me. I'm having so much fun right now, if you guys can't tell. Perfect article title. Fun and games. Over the years, every time I've slung my net to capture new malware samples, there have always been a few with a similar dramatic appearance. They typically display a highly detailed image of a stylized warrior, sorceress, or Another game character along with a screen full of information and prompts in Chinese. Yes, they come with bundled adware, but they look amazing. I agree. I would play this game if it was not adware. Someone's doing work at 7:15 a.m. Dropping this image on the OCR image translator from Yandex reveals the title Angel of the Day. I remember angels being more feathery, but why not? It clearly relates to registering or logging in for gameplay. And a note at the bottom mentions self-protection when living. I don't know what that means. Okay, that is a woman. Here's another game login warrior. This time with a person-sized sword. This too is a bid to make you register or log in and suffer unwanted advertising. The text that Yandex managed to translate is cryptic though. At the very bottom, it seems to say, play, brain, play, injury makes sense. Makes sense. Not to me. Let's hope you don't see these. As you can see, malicious programs, like legitimate programs, run the gamut. Don't know what that means. From sad-looking attempts to totally professional ones. With any luck and powerful up-to-date antivirus protection, these images are the only malware you'll ever see. You should also check out our tips for staying secure online. Malware is just one of the many threats you'll meet to your devices and private information. The end. Thank you for joining me on this wonderful journey of reading a very entertaining article, I'd say. I hope that you learned something, because I certainly did. Oh wow, this was posted today. Yeah. See you tomorrow.